Good morning, guys, from Victor's RV Park here in San Felipe, Mexico. So today's video is going to be nice and simple, but we're going to share some funny and interesting stories from our Mexican travels.
Yours are particularly going to be funny.
Well, mine involve a guy named Doug. And everybody, I think most people have a friend like Doug. If something interesting is going to happen, it's going to be when Doug's around. There's also some stories with Doug that are just too wild to share on YouTube. Like, no, I cannot go there. But
we don't need to know about all of your crazy, wild, young days.
Well, I guess the first story will have to be when I got squeezed by a cop in Tijuana for an illegal lane change, which was kind of like a speed trap because there was a car parked on the side of the road and impeding into the lane that I was in, and I had to make like a quick lane change. And conveniently, just about 200 yards up, there's a police officer standing in the middle of the road waving me over. So once that happened, I knew I was gonna get squeezed for something. And one of our Mexico travel tips is never keep all of your cash in one location. So I strategically had like maybe $12 or $13 in my wallet. And you do that so you can say, honestly, this is all the money I have. So this one was kind of a little more interesting because he kept saying, you need to follow me to the police station. And he was a little pushy on it, and I was just, playing stupid. And, sometimes playing stupid is a very strategic. Sometimes playing stupid can be a very strategic move. But at the very end, he finally said, or we can settle it here with no receipt. And it's like, okay, that's what I was waiting for. I nipped it in the bud. I opened my wallet, showed him about that $12 or $13, some nominal amount. And he was like, okay. And I went on my way.
My story takes place in Zihuato. What was the name of that other town where we stayed at? Ixtapa.
The tourist town?
Yeah, so we stayed in Zihuato for a week. And then we went over to Ixtapa for a couple nights. And when I got ready to pack one of our suitcases, I opened it up and all of these little bugs crawled out of it. They were about this big, and I mean a lot of them. I don't know how many, but it was the most disgusting thing ever. And so we thought we got it all cleaned out. We put our stuff in the bags. Get to the airport. They make us open our bags so that they can inspect them before we get on the planes. And more bugs crawl out. It was nasty. Disgusting.
So Doug and I used to go fishing down in San Quintin on the Pacific side of the Baja quite often. And it allowed for quite a few adventures. So one time we stopped at a seafood stand, kind of in the middle of the nowhere. Granted, we were by the ocean at least, but they were selling raw clam seafood cocktails. Like you see the shrimp cocktails that we're having down here? Well, these were clam cocktails, but whatever it was, we headed back on a Sunday because we had to be back at work on Monday. So heading into work, 6:45 in the morning, I have to run straight to the bathroom. And guess what? When I get there, Doug is in the bathroom having an episode of diarrhea as well. And it was so hilarious. Like, Doug, Ben, is that you? Do you have the shits? Yeah. And this little spell of intestinal problems lasted for about a week and finally got to the point where I was like, dude, I'm going to the urgent care, making an appointment. And Doug's answer was, good. Let me know what we got.
Still can't believe you guys didn't know better than to eat that.
Well, you can eat that under the most hygienic of circumstances.
Right. Well, we hope we haven't grossed you out too much with our stories, our silly stories of Mexico. It's part of traveling. We
have silly stories from all around the world too.
We pretty much do.
Like when that ceiling fell in on us during the trip to Greece. And, well, that'll be a whole nother video.
It will be. But it's part of traveling. It's part of the fun of coming home and telling these crazy stories.
It's part of living.
It is. It's, you're really alive. So hope you've enjoyed them. And we'll definitely share some more stories from other places we've traveled as the opportunities arise. And thanks for coming along. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so we can share these adventures with you. and we'll see you tomorrow.